Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I'm Chockney and this is Eats Many Cakes, and we're going to be taking a look at the Jubilee Anniversary event. This event runs from Wednesday the 4th of April to Monday the 16th of April, so we've got a lot of time to get as many anniversary boxes as we can. Eats Many Cakes is looking a bit more summery than usual, despite the fact that currently where I am it is raining. She's in her Lizardly 4 fabric skirt set and is displaying the Duchess personality, which I think is really fun. I didn't expect it to be in the Crown store. It was on sale, and as I was waiting for a certain boss in Crimson Cove to spawn, I'm looking at you, Captain Zero, who still didn't spawn. I ended up buying the personality. So that's what happens for me when bosses don't spawn. I end up spending my crowns. To start off the Jubilee event, we have to do a quest called Ache for Cake. Well, I say to start off, I believe the anniversary boxes are automatic now when we hand in our dailies and weeklies for it. But if you want the 3-tiered cake and the double XP that comes with it, you definitely need to do this quest. So as usual, pick it up from the Crown store. This voucher provides the bearer with 1 cake for special occasions from the renowned baker Chef Donolon. To redeem this voucher and receive your special cake, look for the chef and his bakery barge in the ports of Focal Guard, Davern's Watch and the harbour district of Daggerfall. We guarantee it will be delicious. I should go look for Chef Donolon. So it sounds like it's alliance based, but as it's 1 Tamriel, just go to somewhere where you're familiar. For me, I'm Ebon Heart Pack, so that will be Davern's Watch anyways. So I've gone to Stonefalls and we're in Davern's Watch, and you can see the marker. I am at the bakery barge ready to talk to Chef Donolon, our event curator.
It's like this whenever I arrive in a new city. Everyone wants one of my cakes. That's why they call me the Wizard of Whisking, you know. I wonder if anyone here received one of my rare cake vouchers. Those lucky netches are in for a special treat.
I have a cake voucher.
Congratulations! That's an amazing coincidence. Let me assure you, my friend, you're in for a wonderful treat. Not everyone receives one of my vouchers. Puts you right to the head of the line for my most delightful creation, the Jubilee Cake. Jubilee Cake? You've never had one of my Jubilee cakes? I suppose that makes sense. I don't make them for just anyone, you know. The people here in Pact Territory especially enjoy the flavor of the honey. It comes straight from the source in Skyrim.
So how do I redeem my voucher?
I'll make a fresh Jubilee cake, but you'll have to gather the ingredients while I continue to fill my orders. I need bananas, flour, and honey. Buy them or find them, doesn't matter to me. Just bring them back here, and you'll be eating cake in no time.
I'll get you the ingredients you need. Now, I believe I've got all the ingredients already.
Welcome back to Chef Donolon's famous traveling bakery barge. Were you able to gather the ingredients I need to make you your cake?
I have the ingredient you requested.
A touch of this, a pinch of that. See? That didn't take too long. It's amazing what a skilled chef can do with the right ingredients and the proper equipment.
Can I have my cake now?
Cake? I I don't know. This one came out so well, I might just keep it for myself. Just kidding. You earned this special cake. Wait until you taste it. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
And then we should get the 3rd Annual Jubilee Cake Memento. If you don't have the ingredients on you straight away, like I did, you can see all the barrels around him, and you can even see bananas right behind him. So just loot the area and send them straight back to him. Look at everybody opening their cakes. I'm going to go a bit further away for this.
That bastard Filgor. You won't be able to hide in the hills.
Yay, it looks really nice underneath my 2nd Annual Jubilee cake. This is exciting. Chef Donolon's Jubilee cake is the perfect pastry to celebrate any special occasion or awesome anniversary. It's a festival for your taste buds. Obtained by completing the 2018 anniversary event. And this is all in celebrations of the Elder Scrolls Online being 4 years old. So we'll say bye-bye to the 2nd Annual Jubilee cake and we'll place it with the 3rd. Oh wow, look at this, it's almost as tall as Eats Many Cakes herself. And it's so pretty, look at the gold on it, look at it sparkle with the berries on top. I think it's got berries and strawberries on top. And then as he says, he uses banana, and then it looks like it's got like a dark chocolate layer in. Do they have chocolate in Tamriel? Let's pretend that they do for the instance of this. And look, I'm eating it, and then you glow. And that's because that's the wrong button I pressed. Whoa, what's all this I've got on me? We want this one. So, until April the 16th, we get 100% boost to all experience points. The anniversary experience buff. And it's in stretches of 2 hours. And you can take this cake with you wherever you are. And then to demonstrate briefly about the Jubilee Boxes, I will hand in one of my daily quests. We're going to hand in the Enchanter Writ. Now this is for any daily or weekly that is non-repeatable continuously. So you can't do the ones from the Thieves Guild, that's like the Countess Covetous, those types. And it doesn't count for the contact sprees for the Dark Brotherhood, but you can do the heists and the sacraments respectively and still get a box from them. And there you go. These are actually yesterday's that I've got in my inventory, so I will be able to hand in yesterday's and then do today's ones and get quite a lot already. And then let's have a look inside our Jubilee box. Wow! That's my first box, guys. I got Worm Cult gloves. Crafting Motif 60. That's really good. And Assassin's League maces. And crafting materials. Oh, I'm well impressed with that. I have popped back over to where Chef Donolon is, because right next to him, or somewhere nearby, there's the Adventurer's Almanac 2nd edition. So this is the glowy book that's sat on the post here in Davon's Watch for me. And this is by Scordo the Knife. I recognise that name, but I can't remember where from. Was it in Worthgar? Anyway, the book states, "Welcome back, Scabs. Bet you thought I'd never have enough material to write a second one of these. You'd be wrong, of course, because here we go again. Far be it from me to overlook a chance to educate the next generation of meat puppets lining up to make a few drakes." He's some type of mercenary then, maybe from the Undaunted? Vardenfell. This dusty heap of rocks and mushrooms features some prime pickings for the discerning mercenary. If you can get over how ornery the Dark Elves can get about their gods and their dead relatives, you can score some choice jobs, from their fixers in the halls of justice in Vivek City, and tell Traylon he still owes me gold for the last card game he cheated his ass off to win. Clockwork City. Look, I'm not saying this place exists, but I know a guy who says it does, and if you can get inside, there's plenty of work to be done that the creepy locals ain't got time to deal with, or consider beneath their interest. You know, I don't care. People look down on us orcs all the time, but are happy to open their pouches when they need something's head smashed in. Losers. Pit fights. Now we're talking. You hear about these new fighting leagues they opened up recently. Love it. Action, bloodshed, beatdowns, and winners take all. Just don't, lose. You'll get pitted against the best, the worst, and the worst of the worst. You ever see a guy just run around in a fighting arena trying to figure out which end of his sword goes in the other jerk? It's a wonder these mooks can get into their armour. I always put my gold on the pit daemons, but by the by, easy money, long as there ain't an Argonian on their team. What you're gonna do, breathe underwater? Ha! What's he mean about Argonians on the team? And we're done. That's all you get from me this time, Tuskbait. Maybe next time Uncle Scordo will serenade you with his awesome knowledge and experience once he finds out where the next bunch of jobs happen to be. Just don't horn in on my work if I'm on the same contract, you hear? Stay frosty. Oh yeah, and tusk off, you losers. And the reason we want this book is because that is a clue as to where some of the dailies are. So Worthgar, you've got your daily bosses and your daily delves. If you grab a group of friends or some guild mates, you can share the quests between each other. So there's 6 of each, I believe, there. So that's already 12 boxes in one day for anniversary event. The Clockwork City is the same. You've got your 6 world bosses quests, and you've got daily delves quests, and you've got a couple of others, but I haven't reached that far with the characters, so I don't know if they count, but they most likely do. And then he mentioned about the pits. I'm wondering if that's to do with the battlegrounds. I haven't been in there in a while actually, so I don't know. But if you have the Mages Guild line as well and you pick up this book, all you have to pop into your journal, to your lore library, and then it's right there in your idiotic memory, and it's their Adventurers Almanac. And there is in fact a first edition, and I presume that's from last year. Again, it's by Scordo the Knife, and he again mentioned about some places where you can get your daily writs. So if you're like me, or you want to be like me, which is understandable, you've got talents people want. More importantly, talents people will pay for. Demand for people like us is high these days, so I took the trouble of writing down my best leads. Why? I couldn't take all these jobs if I wanted to, and selling these books is a nice little score on the side. If you stole this book, go and pay for it. Unless it's in the lending library, then steal it and we'll call it square. Moochers. Crafting writs. They don't call me the Knife on account for my forge work, but when I'm in town between jobs, it pays to check the notice boards, grab a writ, hammer on some things, and get paid. And find the tavern. Easy money. Guilds. Easiest route to steady work. Join a guild. It's what they're there for. That might seem obvious and stupid to put in a book. Almanacs cover everything stupid. If you like solving problems with violence legally, the Fighters Guild has you covered. Plus, they've got guild halls all over Tamriel. I don't endorse the illegal sort of killing, but I hear the Dark Brotherhood accepts all kinds of murder contracts for hire. Maybe blood isn't your thing, but riches definitely are. I could say, hypothetically, there may be a sort of thieves guild that organises that sort of sneaky business. Again, Almanac just being thorough here. The Mages Guild may seem exclusive, but they got needs too. So pay them a visit, even if sorcery isn't your thing. They've got locations in most cities. Now, if you're looking for a big score, and maybe don't get a lot of sense, go get in the good graces of the Undaunted. They've got enclaves in the major capitals and treasures piled higher than the Red Mountain that they're just itching to give away. provided you're crazy enough to do what they ask to earn it. War. The three armies never stop fighting. Throw your lot in with an alliance, get to Cyrodiil and the Imperial City and reap the spoils. Plenty to go around for the victors. And don't forget, folks, in those war-torn regions need more help than anybody. Whether you want to charge them is your business, but there are always towns out there in need of some help. Regions of interest. Some places just have more need for people like us than others. I don't just visit Worthgar because it reminds me of home. Orsinium's got a big demand for tough types to go out and pacify the wilderness. And while I can't say it's conventionally profitable, Craglorn is such a crazy place that half the time the stars are falling and the other it's raining treasure. Don't forget to check the boards on the way out of town too, at least on the Gold Coast and Hughes Bane's bounties and all sorts of other odd jobs find their way onto the boards from folks who aren't picky about who solves their problems. The last word. There you go. All the ways I know how to keep you busy in this business. I'm not saying you've got stuff to do all this every day, but you could if you wanted to. And don't foul your sleep. Don't go thinking you can buy this copy and be done with it. Times change, and when they do, Squadder the Knife's going to write it down. Save up. Tips welcome. So in that volume, he pretty much covers Worthgar again. And this time he mentions about Cyrodiil. So there are daily quests you can do in Cyrodiil, which I actually forgot about. So it's a good job I reread the first book. There are towns all in Cyrodiil. Find yourself a nice quiet campaign if you don't want to go into Vivec. And, you know, especially if it's taken over by one of the three alliances, it all depends really on how comfortable you feel. And there are dailies in there every day, and there are 2 questers per village, and I'm pretty sure they give something like 6 dailies each. So there's 1, 2, I think there's 3 villages, so that's quite a lot there already. And then he mentions about the writs, the daily writs, so that's your blacksmithing, woodworking, provisioning, enchanting, alchemy and clothing. And then he's mentioned about the Mages Guild, the Undaunted Guild, the Fighters Guild, the Dark Brotherhood, Dark Sacraments and the Thieves Guild heists. And there's also a few world bosses and daily delves quests in them as well. So there is actually a lot of stuff to do if you wanted to collect as many boxes as possible. I've had to plan out for my characters because there is actually, I've got 5 and not all of them can do everything. So I just picked which character can do what, and then if I can do it every day, because I'm not going to fuss if I don't make it on all the time. But for example, my Eats Many Cakes, she does the most storyline, so she'll be able to do the guilds and the blacksmithing writs ones, all those, and quite a lot of the daily bosses if I chose to. But there is a lot to choose from, so just plan your time. That's all I can really say about that one. Thank you very much for watching my video, if you made it this far. I know I got a bit carried away in talking about the books, but hopefully you've enjoyed it and you are currently enjoying the event. I love the fact that the cake is glowing and almost as tall as Eats Many Cakes, as mentioned before, and then it glows every time we eat. So for the next few videos, she might be glowing constantly. Let me know in the comments below how you're doing in the event, if you're enjoying it, if you're getting all the motif pieces that you need, and even if you're not needing the motifs, what about the other items? I've been getting some rosin, some of my friends have been getting the perfect rowan, so there is a lot going on inside the boxes apart from the motifs, although the motifs for me is what makes this event. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to eat your cake until the 16th of April.